everybody? Welcome to Colts franchise. It is our first off season. I'm excited to be sharing it with you. We've got a lot of stuff to get into, so let's hop into it. First things first, just really quickly, if you didn't watch the recap episode, old Dak Prescott and the Cowboys took down the Super Bowl, their first since the mid-90s. A 1-point victory over the Chiefs. Just really quickly, gonna scroll through my team stats. We did win Offensive Player of the Year with Jonathan Taylor, a record-breaking year. Offensive Rookie of the Year with Anthony Richardson. We won Defensive Player of the Year with DeForest Buckner. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Jones barely missed out on with his 8 interceptions. Christian Gonzalez took that down, but he did win Best DB. So we love to see that. Everything all good here. Oh, yeah, Matt Gay also won Best Kicker. So that's really nice. One other thing we did in the previous episode, well, 2 other things. We changed up our scheme. Just our defensive scheme. We changed it up to a 3-4, and we adjusted our roster, to fit that. So, DeForest Buckner slides out to defensive end. Kwity Paye and Eddie go to outside linebacker to be rushers. Zaire Franklin got moved over to middle linebacker. So, got a lot of interesting stuff going on. It'll be fun to play out next year. And it also gives us some holes to fill. A couple sore thumbs that stick out that we could trade, like EJ Speed maybe. Man, he regressed hard, didn't he? Oh, no. I was hoping to get more out of him. But, yep. That's not good. He lost his star dev. Hey, that reminds me. Let's go check and see. So, we had Jalen Jones up to Superstar. We had Addy up to Superstar. And Anthony Richardson got Superstar after he won Rookie of the Year. But I don't expect them all to hold that. Honestly, I don't expect any of them to hold that because of their low ratings. I talked about it before. I'm a big fan of the dev trait regression. I don't think that you should be able to just practice every week on easy drills and get all of your team to Superstar and just hold it there. I think you should have to sustain it by getting their ratings up. So let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. So Anthony Richardson keeps his Superstar status. That is honestly probably the biggest one. Yeah, that's huge. He doesn't really have a whole lot available to him right now. We're going to give him Bulldozer. So he's got more powerful truck animations. We got to make sure we sign a backup quarterback. Gardner Minshew's contract is expiring. I had thought before that maybe I had him under contract for another year and I could trade him this offseason. Not the case. We got to sign a backup quarterback because we're going to be testing out that Bulldozer ability with Anthony Richardson. Really quickly here, before we move on, just going to scroll through the division by division retirement, see if we see anything interesting. I don't expect us to lose. Yeah, okay. Well, Jason Peters, we signed him for like the last 5 games of the year after Bernard Raymond went out. T.Y. Hilton, another Colts legend. Salute. Jerry Hughes, interesting. Nothing really too ground shaking though. Okay, well, there goes Aaron Rodgers and Raheem Mostert, 2 really big names in the NFL these days. Nothing huge here. Marvin Jones Jr., interesting. I didn't realize he had been in the league that long. And Mercedes Lewis, 18 years in the league. What a hoss. What a hoss. Ooh, NFC South gets hit hard. Jimmy Graham goes back into retirement where he never should have came out from. Honestly, I forgot that he unretired. Demario Davis, that's a GOAT right there. He super underrated. Just a great linebacker. Super consistent. Andy Dalton, Adam Thielen, Calais Campbell, and Cordero Patterson. All gone. NFC South losing some big names. Mason Crosby, RIP to his career. Tyrod Taylor, a nice journeyman quarterback. We see him go goodbye. Lane Johnson, really a cornerstone of that Eagles offensive line, heading out. Trent Williams, another cornerstone offensive lineman, retiring. This one for the 49ers. Of course, Pete Carroll retired. And that's just about it. All right, here we go. Re-signing period. Not really a whole lot to do here. We got 3 players. One of them is going to be a 5th-year option for Kwity Paye. Now, I moved him to left outside linebacker. We could also move him back down to left end if needed. This really kind of depends on what's out there in free agency and in the draft, but we're definitely accepting his option here. Bing bang. Another one is going to be Smoke Monday. Yeah, so we signed him from our practice squad after we traded Julian Blackmon. I do want to bring him back. He's developed pretty well. So let's just offer him. He doesn't have very much interest. Let's offer him 2 years. It's a really cheap deal here. Yeah, we got it done. All good. And then who else do we have? Isaiah Land. I guess we signed him from our practice squad as well. That's not bad. I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna let him go. All right, mock draft 3 is out, so not a lot of change. You can see, same top 5 almost. You got a little bit of change here with Josh Battles coming up to number 4. You got Eli Dixon dropping 1. Benjamin Hendricks here. Let's go down. I think we have the 18th pick. Roy Killings is who they have us taking, a power left tackle. Now, that being said, I'm actually more interested in this guy, Glenn Moulton. I need a pass protector to stick at left tackle, and he's a right tackle. But my only concern is that strength isn't that great. But I don't need him to be a mauler. He's got A pass blocking, A awareness, A pass block power, A to C pass block finesse. Interested in him for sure. Also super interested in Tevin Harvey. I think he's going to be pretty good. Maybe not great, but A awareness is a big thing for me. A injury we love to see. B zone coverage out of the box and B pursuit. That play recognition is a little concerning. Man coverage ain't great, but I do like him, and he is out of Auburn. Him or Emery Neal, the other safety out of Auburn. Big fan of him, although he is a strong safety that we would move to free safety. A pursuit, A catching, C play recognition, B tackle. He might be a little bit of a better value. He dropped all the way to 27 in this one. If we could get him at 27 or at 18 without moving, that'd be pretty cool. But I do kind of want to pick up one of these tackles as well. Wide receivers also a need. I like Alex Spain a decent amount, but none of the receivers really stand out to me in this class. At least not ones that I want to spend high value on. So we may look to free agency for that as a stopgap for a year or two until we can find somebody else. Evan Reese here, round 1 to 2. So, I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Ooh, I like Marcus Brown here. The interior offensive line is really good in this draft. I'm really thinking about picking up a guard in round 2, a guard or a center, since we've got Quentin Nelson and Ryan Kelly aging. But that being said, we've looked at the mock draft. Let's go ahead and advance to the first week of free agency. All right, here we are. Free agency, week 1. Let's just hop right into it and see who's available, see who jumps out at us. DJ Reader's great, but we've got Grover Stewart, who we're already paying. Amari Cooper, he's 30 years old, but, what does he want? Like a 4-year deal? Nah, I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out. Mike Williams is interesting. Once again, probably, I'm not really willing to pay that much for him. So for that reason, I'm out. Micah Hyde is interesting. A 1-year deal. I might be able to swing that. Besides that, nothing. Oh, well, there's Tyron Smith. We could get him out of Dallas. Sign him to be a 1-year starter for us. I don't know. It might hinder the growth of our other players. But man, he's good. He's good. All right. I need to take a look and see what kind of offers we want to make. Actually, never mind. I see that I've only got 12.8 mil in cap room, and that doesn't really jive with me very well. So let's maybe make a couple of cuts / restructures / trades. All right, Ashton Doolin here. I'm not really sure why he makes so much money. I'm gonna be honest. He's not very good. Never has been very good. So I'm not really sure what the deal is here. We can save ourselves about 3 mil just by going ahead and letting him go. So we're going to. I know that we're not like super deep at receiver, but a 73 overall, 72 overall receiver, it's kind of easy to replace. All right, we're clearing a few more mil of cap space by sending EJ Speed to the Bears. We're picking up a third round pick this year. So, I like that. All right, so as you can see by our team ranks here, we had a really good offense. We finished 11th in passing yards, first in rushing yards, first overall in points per game. Our defense, on the other hand, not so good. Our rushing defense was number 8, so not bad. Passing defense, we gave up 300 yards a game, which is just downright disgusting and despicable. So that led to us being number 32 in points per game, giving up 32.7 points per game. So obviously, we need to help our pass defense, and we can do that in two ways. We can do that by improving our secondary directly, or we can do that by improving our pass rush. So that'll be something we're going to look at in free agency, and then also we want to get another receiver. I think we've currently got Michael Pittman, we've got Josh Downs, we've got Alec Pierce. Those are really the only three big league receivers we've got. So definitely want another receiver. Let's take a look. So I really am going to have a couple of options. So if I go in here and I look at the available people, at these positions, obviously there's like Amari Cooper, who actually has a ton of interest in me, but I just don't even have the cap space to sign him. Even if I lowball him a little bit, I'm not going to be able to sign him. I don't want to commit that much money to a receiver right now. Anyway, not a 30-year-old receiver. Same deal with Mike Williams. I have the cap space to offer him. He's not terribly interested. Odell Beckham, no. I kind of wish Keenan Allen was a little bit more interested in me. So maybe I could get him on a cheaper deal. But as it stands, I would probably, I would like to get him on a 1 year deal. Like, if I could get him for 1 year, maybe I'd sign him for 12 mil. I don't know. But there's going to be, there's 5 teams interested in him. So there's going to be a fight for him. And I don't feel like making that fight. There's one team interested in Gabe Davis. I'm kind of intrigued by the Gabe Davis possibility. On the other hand, I don't necessarily want to give him 10 mil. So that's kind of tough. I mean, that just leaves me, I don't know. DJ Chark, I'm not a huge fan of. Tim Patrick, he's 30 years old as well. Rashid Shaheed, shout out to Bingle and the Falcons franchise. Yeah, I mean, he could be pretty good for us, but I don't know. It's been done. You know what I'm saying? Um, oof, really slim pickings out there. And to be honest, I don't know. I'd like to get somebody with some speed. I kind of regret cutting Ashton Doolin at this point. Nah, never mind. Maybe, man, there's really not a whole lot out here. Maybe I should move LaVisca Chenault back to receiver and sign a running back. Like, how much would it cost for Antonio Gibson? See, that's not bad. But then again, I could just sign. I don't know. Nah, I like LaVisca Chenault at running back. That's our little project. We're gonna draft offensive linemen. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of offensive linemen in the draft that I like, so we're not gonna worry about signing any. Really, I mean, I would love to get Christian Wilkins, but I can't afford to commit to him. I've got a lot of money tied up in my offensive line right now that's gonna come off of the books soon. So it's a good thing we're reinvesting in the offensive line in the draft. Um, and I could go after somebody like Jadeveon Clowney. Again, I would have to overpay for him. Uh, you know, the problem is, like, say I offered. There's Khalil Mack here. He's 33 though. It would be a 1 year deal as a mentor. I mean, I could definitely see that going down. That would only leave me 3.4 mil in cap. That's not even enough to sign another decent player, honestly. Whereas, like, all right, so say I'm able to get Gabe Davis to sign for 2 years. let's just say 2 years, 10.5 and 11.1 here. That leaves me with 6.663 in cap. Like where does that put me on the ladder for him? Okay, well, that's a much okay, so that's not bad at all. Um okay. So I kind of like that actually. And now what are we going to do about I need either a left end or a left outside linebacker. Maybe I have a couple of trade chips left. So no left end or left outside linebacker that I could get here. First of all, any of these guys here, I would rather start Dio Odeyingbo over. Homegrown guy, big talent. I just don't think he's quite ready yet. Clowney, I'm not overpaying for. Like, none of these guys are really worth it, except for maybe Khalil Mack or maybe Charles Harris. But then again, those are just stopgap guys that are kind of impeding the development of our players. So I do have some trade chips left. I want to move up in the draft and get another first round pick. So I don't want to use all of my trade chips, but maybe I can make a trade for a front seven player. All right, so here's the situation. The Commanders have the number one pick. Surprise, surprise. The number one player on the board who has been mocked to the Commanders, and consistently the number one player on the board is a left end, Jason Little. Um, so, in real life, the Commanders dealt one of their edge rushers, or both of their edge rushers. Montez Sweat went to the Bears. Chase Young went to the 49ers. I don't think we're going to be able to give a third round pick and just get Chase Young, but that's what we're going to try to do is get Chase Young. So we're going to go ahead and toss Chase Young into this. He has a new contract, which he didn't have with the Commanders before they traded him. He is coming off of a season where he only had 2 sacks. So realistically speaking, I wish that I could get him for cheaper, but he's got star dev. He's only 25. He's under contract for 2 years, so it's not a huge investment, but I think he'll fit in really well on our defense. So we're going to add him on. Now, I looked at this and I saw that their number one need was left guard. Look, I think their left guard is Chris Paul. Left basketball, decided to try and win a Super Bowl instead of an NBA title. Um, he's not very good. So Will Fries, everybody knows that I hate Will Fries. Sorry, I think he's actually having a really good year in real life, but he gave up 8 sacks. So we are trying to deal him this season no matter what. I moved him over to left guard just so that he would fit into this trade better. I don't expect that this will get us anywhere close to where we need to be, but let's just see where it gets us. Okay, so yeah, that's about what I expected. So obviously we don't have a quarterback to trade on. Don't want to trade Ryan Kelly because I don't have anybody to step in for him. So tight end though, I do have Jelani Woods. I've got Darnell Washington. I've got not Alec Ogletree, Andrew Ogletree and Will Mallory, who are not great, but are projects. And Mallory has good speed. Ogletree's got good size, and I think pretty good. Nah, he's not a very good blocker, but good size and good catching for his rating anyway. So anyway, long story short, Kylan Granson kind of is the odd man out here. Would love to throw him in and see where that gets us. And now we're a little bit over halfway there, and we're kind of cooking here. I do have, thanks to the trades I made earlier this year, where we dealt Julian Blackmon to the Steelers. What else did we do? We traded for Laviska Shenault. I don't know if we picked up a third round pick. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, we've got 3 picks within 6 picks in the third round. So we can definitely afford to part with one of these. Let's see where that gets us. Okay, all right. Now we're really close. Let's go forward to 2026. Let's throw in. Ooh, I've already given up a 6th round in 2026. Let's do a 5th round pick in 25 and see where that gets us. Okay. A 4th round pick in 25 should get it done. Should get it done. Oh! All right, we threw in a 2026 third rounder. This is a little bit more expensive than I wanted to go, but that's going to get it done. You know what? It is what it is. Chase Young on the Colts now. And there he is, not a 49er, an Indianapolis Colt. Chase Young, looking good in the blue and white. All right, so we've got Chase Young. We've got an offer out on Gabe Davis, a little 2-year deal that we're looking good for right now. So that leaves us with just a little bit of cap room. I can add depth pieces like maybe a backup quarterback or another receiver or whatever I need in preseason when I've got a little more cap room. But I'm not sure if here's what I want to do. I want to find a mentor for maybe like a cornerback mentor that I can sign. Not Stephon Gilmore. It would be interesting to bring him back, but I can't afford him. He wants, 8.8 mil? Yeah. Probably wouldn't do it anyway. Kind of not worth. Patrick Peterson. That kind of leaves me up against it. What else we got going on here? Desmond King should be a mentor. Come on now. Marcus Peters is not a mentor? Wow. What else we got? Oh, hold on. Who is that? Casey Hayward Jr., Atlanta Falcons legend. We can get him, I bet, for 2.5 mil. So let's try to bring him on just a 1-year deal to help get a little bit of extra XP for our cornerbacks that we're developing. Jalen Jones and Juju Brents. Even Kenny Moore, even though he's more of a veteran. All right, so, that's really the only offers we're going to make right now, I think. Let's go ahead and eval these offers. Gabe Davis is gone. We have signed Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is an Indianapolis Colt. Going to slot in with Michael Pittman and Josh Downs and hopefully make a nice little trio for Anthony Richardson. We love that. We love that. Taking a look at the player card here. There he is, Gabe Davis, fitting right into our scheme here as a deep threat. He's got 90 spec catch, 87 catch in traffic, 93 speed. His deep route running is 82. His short route running, not very good, but that's okay. We're going to run him and Pittman on the outside and Josh Downs in the slot in most sets. Let's look through here. DJ Reader's going to go to the Texans. Mike Williams to the Panthers. There's that number 1 receiver that they want ever since they traded DJ Moore away. Going to the Panthers for Bryce Young. Christian Wilkins going to the Jets. Big time piece added to an already big time defense. Levi Wallace going to go to the Texans. Grant Delpit to the Jets. Not much else going on there. Let's go ahead and hold on. Let's see. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, we're still the only team to have offered Casey Hayward. Let's just eval these next offers. Still in the hunt for Casey Hayward. Amari Cooper's going to go to the Texans as well. The Texans spending big money to build a team around CJ Stroud. Wow, what a big pickup. Tony Pollard going to the Cardinals. I think that's a good fit, actually. That's interesting. Keenan Allen goes to the Lions. I'm jealous. I kind of wish I would have ponied up the money for him, but it just didn't make sense. Mitch Morris to the Titans. Jawan Jennings had a really good year with the 49ers. So he's going to go to the Bears and hopefully help out Justin Fields. Jets pick up Jadeveon Clowney. Lions pick up DJ Chark. Chase Claypool goes back to the Steelers. My God. Come on now. Come on. Really? No way, bro. All right, come on. Let's lock up Casey Hayward real quick. He's gone. And he's locked up. Casey Hayward, now an Indianapolis Colt. Gonna maybe play in some packages, but mainly here to help the young Bucks develop. Because he is a little bit washed at this point, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. Levante David goes to the Steelers. Dalvin Cook to the Bears. Michael Davis to the Commanders. Bobby Wagner goes to the Raiders. The Raiders. Kevin Zeitler to the Ravens. Uh, really not much else going on. Who else is available? Micah Hyde has some teams offering him. But those are really Tyron Smith, Michael Pierce, some other big names. Khalil Mack, Odell Beckham. Okay, all right, just some interesting names out there. We're done though, honestly. We got 4 mil in. Well, I don't know. We got 4 mil in cap room. I just don't know. Is there anybody that we actually want to pick up? I mean, we could bring Gardner Minshew back, but we don't. I mean, no, we can't afford him right now. Anybody out there that has an offer that we want to contest? I mean, if they don't have any teams interested, then there's really no point in making any offers because we can always pick them up in the preseason later on in free agency. Tim Settle here. I mean, yeah, he would be a good backup D tackle, but not worth it. Yeah, I think we're going to be done. Let's just go ahead and advance. All right. We moved on to the next week. Mock Draft 4 is here. Jason Little, still the top projected overall pick. Spoiler alert, I don't think he's that good. I mean, he might be okay. He doesn't stand out huge athletically. He's got B tackle, B awareness. He does have B finesse moves, but his injury could be pretty low. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a surefire #1 pick, but they've got an opening at left end now because Chase Young's on our team. Another defensive lineman from this time from Alabama, Joe Livingston for the Texans. A quarterback, Cole Galloway to the Seahawks. Trevor Falk from Florida to the Bears, and then Eli Dixon out of Oregon to the Titans. Let's move down to the 18th pick, see who they've got us picking. It is right guard George Pierce out of Florida State. Now, that is very intriguing, but let me tell you what I like. Here's my thing. I want 2 players in the first round. I do. I'm greedy. I want them. But there's 4 that I'd be willing to choose from. I want 1 of 2 safeties and 1 of 2 tackles. I would like to pick up either Harold Telfer or Glenn Moulton, the long-lost twins from LSU and North Carolina. Both look really good. They're both pass protectors. I want a pass protector to stick at left tackle and move Bernard. I mean, we're going to do some shuffling. We'll either move Bernard Raymond to right guard or we'll move him to right tackle and move Braden Smith inside to right guard. But Harold Telfer is a pass protector. I don't have one on my team. 32 bench press reps is pretty good. I mean, it's okay. It's not outstanding, but A awareness, A pass block, A pass block power, B run block, B to D pass block. So, looks like he could be pretty good. Same thing with Glenn Moulton. He lacks discipline, so could get whistles, so that I kind of don't like that. But A pass block, A awareness, A pass block power. So, could be pretty good, actually. Both. Yeah, I don't like that trait that he has, though. Lacks discipline, could get whistles. I don't know. They don't throw flags too much in this game. But Harold Telfer is 23. Glenn Moulton is 21. Honestly, I might prefer Glenn Moulton, but I would be happy with either one of them. And they're both projected to go after my pick, which I really like. That's really good. So hopefully I'll be able to just stay at 18 and pick one of those guys. But for one of the safeties, I'm going to have to get a higher pick. Here's Emory. They're both out of Auburn, War Eagle. Tevin Harvey, a free safety, has some good traits. Looks good. 5'10", 208. Pretty good. Good acceleration, good agility, great speed. 4.43 40 at his pro day. He's got A awareness, B zone coverage, A injury. I'm a little concerned by the stamina. A to B catching is really good. D play rec is a little concerning. And then we've got Emory Neal, who I would also move to free safety. He's also a zone safety. 6'1", 204, so a little bit bigger. Um, also has good traits. Not quite as impressive athletically, a 4'1", 40. But he does have A catching. We know we've got him 100% scouted. We know for sure he's a round 1 pick. A pursuit, B awareness, F stamina is super concerning. C zone coverage is a little bit concerning. I think I would prefer Tevin Harvey, but I would probably take either one. All right, we're not making any more offers, so let's just go ahead and advance to the next week. And nothing big here, so just moving on to the next week. All right, we are at the free agency recap stage. Let's just go ahead and see. We've kind of gone over most of the signings, but let's go ahead and see if any other big time signings happened. We went over all these. The Texans went. Oh, the Texans got Micah Hyde as well. They went in hard. Micah Hyde, Amari Cooper, DJ Reader. Somebody else I feel like they got. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I lied to myself. Okay. Well, either way, those are 3 big signings. DeAndre Swift goes back to the Eagles. Stephon Gilmore and Odell Beckham to the Falcons. Khalil Mack to the Lions, along with Keenan Allen. Jaron Curse to the Jaguars. Titans get Tyron Smith. Very interesting. Very interesting. I did see Devin Singletary unsigned. Michael Pierce unsigned. Number 1 D tackle. Interesting, man. If I would have known that was going to happen, I never would have re-signed Grover Stewart to a 2-year deal. Wow. Okay. Yeah, AJ Dillon is not very good in my opinion, so not surprising that he stays unsigned. Interesting. All right, let's hop into some other stuff. First things first, we got to pick our private workouts. Well, actually, first things first, mock draft 5, the final mock draft. Does anything change here? Morgan Barkley moves up some. He's the number 1 corner in this draft, but I'm not blown away by him. If there was a surefire lockdown number 1 corner, I feel like I would grab him or like make a move to grab him. But I'm just not feeling that vibe with any cornerback in this class. Tevin Harvey moves up to 11. So 11 and 12 for Harvey and Neal. I'm thinking maybe I might need to move up to 9 or 10 to secure one of those. George Pierce moves up some, so we've got a new Evan Reese, power rusher. Interesting that they would pick that. I wonder if it's because I only have 1 left linebacker. But it's Kwity Paye. I mean, he'll be gone after this year, so don't get me wrong. It would be nice to have somebody behind him, but I think Telfer or Moulton will contribute immediately. All right, picking our private workouts. It's really hard to differentiate between these 2 guys. So I'm going to do Harold Telfer and Glenn Moulton, the twin tackles. And then maybe, I could do Tevin Harvey and lock up for sure what kind of talent yeah, let's do that. Let's do Tevin Harvey just to know for sure. Because I know for sure that Emory Neal is a round 1 talent, but I think I like Tevin Harvey more. So those are going to be our 3 guys. Tevin Harvey, Harold Telfer, and Glenn Moulton. Hopefully 2 of those guys, well, hopefully, we end up drafting a safety and a tackle in the first round. All right, it is draft time. First things first, let's hop into the draft board and take a look at the 3 guys that we focus scouted in the first round here. So here's Harold Telfer and Glenn Moulton. So Telfer, all right, so here are the positives for Telfer. Shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. He's a little bit bigger, 6'7", 315. And he's got, for sure, A awareness, A impact blocking, A pass block power, and finesse, even though he's only got B pass block. So, good. Just really good. All right, so let's look at Glenn Moulton here. A little bit smaller at 6'5". He lacks discipline, resulting in avoidable penalties. So we're looking at false starts and holds, maybe. Really a lot weaker on the bench press. I don't love that. And then he does have A awareness, A pass block, A stamina, only C run block. I don't know. I think I'd be happy with either one. And he's also 2 years younger. He's only 21. And, I don't know, that 26 bench press reps really concerns me. I generally have a rule that I don't draft offensive linemen who bench press less than 30 reps. My man Harold Telfer here did 32 reps and 33 reps. So pretty good ish. All right, now Tevin Harvey is a top 5 talent. Okay, now we're cooking. We have confirmed that he's a top 5 talent. I thought that he looked a little bit better than Emery Neal. Good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction, great speed, solid strength, A awareness, A finesse moves, A injury, B pursuit, B zone coverage, C tackle. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move up to grab him. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll get these first few picks out of the way. Maybe get around to like the 7th or 8th pick. If one of the tackles or safeties happens to go earlier than expected, I will definitely trade up then, but I might try and move up like right before the 10th pick and try and get Tevin Harvey since we know he's a top 5 talent. And then maybe we'll just wait it out to pick 18 to see which one of the tackles falls to us. I'm not really sure. Let's just see how it goes. All right, so the Commanders do select Jason Little, left in out of Kansas State. A replacement for Chase Young comes in immediately. Not much to say about him. He was the top player all year. I didn't really look much into him because I didn't expect to be in position to draft him. Next up is going to be Joe Livingston, right end out of Alabama. Again, don't know too much about him, but a good pickup for the defense. Plays the same position as Will Anderson, though, right? So, kind of curious pick there. Cole Galloway, the quarterback out of Ole Miss. Going to be the first quarterback taken. Going to go to the Seahawks. Geno Smith's little run, little comeback run seems to have, come to an end. Cinderella, struck midnight, so to speak. So, Cole Galloway going to come in. It'll be interesting to see if he's good enough to start right away for them. The Bears are on the clock, the first of 2 picks in the first round for them. They are going to take Trevor Falk, defensive end out of Florida. In a world where they didn't trade for Montez Sweat, this is going to be a good pick for them. They need pass rush help really bad. So I'm assuming he's not a bust. I like the pick. Tennessee Titans on the clock. Eli Dixon, left tackle out of Oregon. He had a really good combine and pro day. Should be a pretty good player for them. All of the left tackles in this draft seemed pretty good, but none of them were what I was looking for, which was a pass protector. There's Antoine Lincoln here, and he actually seems pretty good. Still under the 30 bench press reps. Seems pretty good. A awareness. He'll actually probably be pretty good. But we're still gonna stick with our strategy here. Dave Matthews. Still kind of weak. I think Harold Telfer is gonna be the pick if we can get him. But anyway, like these top ones, I think Eli that just got taken out of Oregon was an agile. So is Alan Arrington. Roy Killings, a power tackle. Whereas these 2 guys that we're targeting at right tackle, Harold Telfer and Glenn Moulton, are pure pass protectors. Pick is in for Arizona, Morgan Barkley. Lockdown cornerback, hopefully for them. Good pickup there. The Cardinals definitely need help on defense. They've got some semblance of a competent offensive structure going on. So Barkley, the overall top cornerback in the class. I wasn't super blown away by him, mainly because if I'm going to move up for a corner, I want it to be like a 6'1", generational looking corner, and he's just not that to me, but still could end up being a pretty good player. Let's go ahead and move on. Alan Arrington is going to go to the Chargers, left tackle out of Louisville. Not much to say. We just took a look at him. He looks like he could be pretty good. Agile, get some protection there. I'll go through everybody's roster and make position changes to make sure. We might end up moving him to right tackle. What are they? They have like Jamari Sawyer at left tackle. They've already got a really good left tackle. So, I don't know. It doesn't make a ton of sense, I don't think. But anyway, let me take a look at, let's see, who picks these next 3. So, Dolphins, Lions, Saints, Rams. I have a couple of trade pieces. I've got Rodney Thomas, who we can get rid of. I've got Samson Ebukam, who I can trade as a right end or move to right linebacker and trade as a pass rushing linebacker. Uh, yeah, I think that's really it. Actually, we traded Will Fries, but I mean we've also got an extra third round pick. So I want to keep my second round pick because I've got my eye on a couple of interior offensive linemen. But besides that, I want to see who maybe I could swing a deal with to move up here and maybe take Tevin Harvey since we know he's a top 5 talent in the draft and we're outside the top 5. We're looking at some good value. All right, couldn't really find anything that I wanted to do, so we're going to move ahead a few picks. I'm a little scared about it. If Tevin Harvey goes, we can always take Emery Neal. Let's just see what happens these next few picks. So, okay, the Dolphins are going to take Benjamin Hendricks. He's the top right tackle off of the board. Right tackle out of Clemson. More protection for Tua Tagovailoa. I need to slow myself down some, I guess. It concerns me that maybe Harold Telfer gets taken soon, and maybe we can't stand pat at 18 for one of those tackles. Let's see who the Lions take. They're going to take George Pierce, right guard that I was once mocked to take. He looks like a good player, but we have plans for right guard. The Saints have Marcus May. They don't really need a free safety, so let's just move ahead here. All right, they're going to take Josh Battles. He's a power rushing left linebacker out of Oregon. I considered taking him or looking at him before we made the Chase Young trade. So good pick for the Saints. They need some help. Although I think they run a 4-3. I don't know. Maybe they'll move him. The Rams, I am a bit concerned about them taking Tevin Harvey here. If they don't, then I'm probably going to stop and relook at trades. But they have Quandre Diggs, who they signed out of free agency. He's like a 78, so they might go free safety here. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're going to go Terrell Tiller, defensive tackle out of Oregon State. So next 3 picks are Bengals, Broncos, and Vikings. Let me see if I can work something out. Hopefully, these will be a lot cheaper than like the 8th, 9th, and 10th picks that I was just looking at. So let's see if I can work something out here. All right, this took some finagling, but I think it's going to be enough to get it done. I hope that trading up for this guy is worth it, Tevin Harvey. But, I mean, we don't want Rodney Thomas on our field anyway. We made a vow last season that he wouldn't be on our field. We moved him over to strong safety because they don't have anybody at strong safety. So we're just going to send him over to the Bengals along with a first-round pick next year. And a 3rd round pick. I have 2 3rd round picks left this year and 2 6th round picks. So I'm trading one of each of those, my last of each of those. Then Trey Hill's coming back to me. Probably will never see the field unless in a backup role. But I had to make salaries match in some way. So let's see if this gets it done. I want to cry. All right, we threw in another 6 for next year, and we got it done. You know what? I might have given up to. I don't know. No, he's a top 5 talent. Let me stop talking myself out of this. The deal is done. We are now officially on the clock. Let's go make our pick. I'm excited about this. All right, Tevin Harvey, 5'10", 208, zone safety out of Auburn, 22 years old, physical player, aggressive ball hawk, has a high motor, rips the ball from runners, shows good discipline that won't get flagged much. He is a top 5 talent. Good acceleration, agility, and change of direction. Solid jumping, great speed, solid strength. A awareness, B catching, A finesse moves, A injury, B hit power, B pursuit, B zone coverage. D play rec is concerning, but anyway, let's make him a Colt. And he's a normal development, which obviously isn't the end of the world. But considering what we just gave up, that's pretty disappointing. Yeah. Well, it looks like he's going to be pretty. I mean, he's got 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 87 agility, 86 change of direction, 65 strength. So let's just see how it goes. All right, we've made our first pick. A little disappointing on the dev trait, not going to lie. But We've got 5 picks until we pick again. There's 2 right tackles. We would be happy with either one. Let's hope that one of them falls to us. All right, the Broncos pick is in. They're taking Dennis Ford, top 5 projected quarterback out of Stanford. The Russell Wilson era may be coming to an end in Broncos country. The Vikings are going to take Junior Reynolds out of Louisville. Interesting pick considering they've got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison already. But you know what? Who am I to judge? Eagles are on the clock. They're going to take Alex Spain, the top receiver on the board out of Wisconsin, a deep threat, somebody that I considered taking, but just, again, doesn't really seem like a really standout. He seems like the top prospect in a weak wide receiver class. Patriots are going to take Andrew McKinney, free safety out of Washington State. So the Raiders are on the clock. They are going to take Cordell Reynolds out of Iowa, so that means we have our pick of tackles here. I was thinking about trading down, but let's not push it. I definitely wanted to make this happen and really neglected offensive line throughout free agency because of this. We're going to go ahead and just select Harold Telfer. I like that he has the good discipline trait, so he won't get flagged much. He did 32 reps on the bench press compared to Glenn Moulton's 26 reps. So marginal strength, man. That's just that bugs me. And he's got really good pass blocking skills, and that's what we're looking for. He's going to be our starting left tackle this year, probably. Let's draft him. All right, so he's got hidden development. So we at least have 1 star or higher player coming out of my 2 first-round picks. 86 strength is pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. He's got 76 acceleration, 75 agility. I think he's going to turn out to be a really good player. All right, let's see how the rest of the first round plays out real quick. Taylor Parks, another top receiver off of the board, goes to the Bucks. He's going to join Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Wide receiver out of Miami stays home. Levi Walker, the wide receiver out of Central Florida, going to go to the Bears. We have a receiver from Central Florida now, Gabe Davis. Chris Tracy, really good looking center. Gonna out of Oregon, was on the same offensive line as Eli Dixon. He's going to go to the Cardinals and help protect Kyler Murray. Only reason I didn't really go for him is because I knew he was going to go first round, and tackle was more of a priority for me. I don't need a starter at center this year, but I do need a center because Ryan Kelly's contract is expiring after this. So we're going to try and address that here in the second round coming up. Moving on, the Steelers are going to take Glenn Moulton. There goes Glenn Moulton out of North Carolina. Hope he has a happy, healthy career, just not as good as Harold Telfer. The New York Football Jets are going to take Devin Yarbrough, linebacker out of Michigan State. There goes Emery Neal from the Giants, from Auburn to the Giants, pick 24. Pretty surprising. Honestly, I could have just waited and picked him instead of giving so much to trade up for Tevin Harvey. But, hindsight is 20/20. I didn't know that he was going to be normal dev. Maybe Emery Neal is too. Kalavon Bruton, great name. Free safety out of Virginia Tech, goes to the Packers. Antonio Brown recovered from his CTE, went to Tennessee, had a great career as a running back, and now he's going back to the Ravens to play with Lamar Jackson. Zach Proctor, left guard out of Oklahoma, goes to the Jaguars. Marcus Brown out of North Carolina, going to go to the 49ers. Told you the offensive line was strong in this draft. The Falcons are going to take Terrence Lawrence out of Ole Miss. The Buffalo Bills are going to take Evan Reese. That's a guy that I was thinking about drafting, but he didn't look as good after some scouting as I thought. And then the Chiefs, Roy Killings going to take a left tackle out of Kansas State. Going to the Chiefs to help protect Patrick Mahomes. And then your Super Bowl champions, the Dallas Cowboys, taking Quan Broyles out of Georgia. He's going to go to the Cowboys. So that is our first round. I'm feeling comfortable about picking at the 18th pick in the second round. So I'll see you there. Okay, never mind. Here's an interesting pick. The Commanders take Lennox Forbes. First of all, amazing name. Second of all, I love drafting a good tight end. But I have good tight ends already. Or at least good tight end prospects. So couldn't be spending the draft capital on it. Maybe next year, though. You never know. All right, round 2, pick 18, and I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna trade out of this. Here's who I want to take with my next pick. One of two players. We want to shore up that backup center position. Get somebody to groom to step in for Ryan Kelly once his contract expires. I'm really into Connor Stockton, but also Walt Toon I think would be good. Connor Stockton looks good though. He's around 3 to 4 projections, so I can probably get him like in the top half of the third round. Just under 30 bench press reps at his pro day, but he hit 30 at the combine, so we love to see that. Pretty good athlete overall. Got A lead blocking, A pass block, finesse and power, B pass blocking, A impact blocking, A to C run blocking. Really good looking prospect. So that's kind of who I have my eye on. I'm not really enamored with anybody at this spot, and I've given up some draft capital, especially in that first round trade. So we're going to try and trade back here. Let's see what kind of offers we have and see what we can do. So we definitely want to get a second or third round pick back for this year. Okay, third round pick 67. That's like 17 picks from now. Which would be, let's see, 17 picks from now would be basically the third pick in the third round. I'd be comfortable with that. But then we're just getting a fourth and future seventh back. This is actually the first pick in the third round, plus a third round pick next year. I actually really kind of love that. Yeah, actually, that's what we're going to do. This is very simple. The Commanders have the first pick in the third round. They're going to move up to the 18th pick in the second round in exchange for that pick and their third round pick next year. Let's just go ahead and get it done. And the Commanders are going to use that pick on Denario Phillips, a free safety out of Wisconsin. All right, the Super Bowl champion Cowboys took Javier Galvin, strong safety out of Wake Forest. We are on the clock now. We're just going to go ahead, not mess around. The guy that we want is still here. It is going to be Connor Stockton, center out of Notre Dame. Let's go ahead and make the pick. Should be a pretty good player. He is going to have hidden dev. So we've gotten 2 star or better offensive linemen in this draft, which I love. He's only got 84 strength, which I hate. But obviously he's got some good potential here. Love to see it. Stopping the draft on the way to my next pick just to say Devion Money. What a name for a running back. I hope he ends up being amazing for the Broncos. All right, round 3, pick 18. I think what I'm going to do here, since I'm not terribly crazy about anything going on, is actually move back again. And just try and recoup a little draft capital. The Commanders kind of want to deal again. I mean, I'm not super picky about getting a pick back that's super close to where I'm picking now. Just looking for the most draft capital, really. I kind of like this. I'm going to get... well, I don't love it. What about... This is interesting. Okay, Apollo. Which trade do you think we should make? The Dolphins are offering us a third round pick next year, and we get a 5th and 7th back this year. Ooh, a 3rd and 4th next year, and we get a 6th back this year? I'm taking it. The Buccaneers, we're making this trade. Thanks, Apollo. Stopping here in the third round, Jonathan Adkins, quarterback out of Oregon, taken by the Ravens. Will be interesting here when it comes contract time again for Lamar Jackson. Is Jonathan Adkins somebody that they can keep for cheaper and replace Lamar Jackson's production with? Probably not, but just interesting to keep an eye on. Another quarterback off the board here. It's Chris Buckley, the quarterback out of Arizona State, going to the Chargers. So another team that has a franchise quarterback already, maybe spending some draft capital on a backup quarterback. All right, here we go. Just a few picks later, another quarterback off the board, John Manley out of Sam Houston State. Going to the Vikings, who actually do need a quarterback because Kirk Cousins was in free agency. I don't know if he signed with anybody or not. Here we go, about 5 or 6 picks later. Tony Medina, quarterback out of West Virginia, going to the Chicago Bears, who have Justin Fields, but obviously not a smash hit with the Bears. So will be interesting to see how that unfolds. over the next couple of years? Ooh, if I was going to pick a mid-round tight end, it would have been this guy. Russell Bradshaw goes to the Patriots out of Georgia. I think this is a really good pick. All right, round 4, pick 18. It is our pick. We don't pick again until the 6th round. We have 2 picks in the 6th round, but we want to make sure we pick somebody that we like here. All right. After much discussion and internal monologue with myself, I have decided to take a cornerback. Quan Riddick. He's 6'3", 187. He's 23 years old. I don't know, man. Not super impressive athletically. He has F man coverage, but he's got B zone coverage, B tackle, B catching, B press. So I'm hoping if we can just develop that man coverage up some, we can turn him into a good 6'3" corner. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not crazy about too many players in this draft, but let's see what we do here. Normal dev, but 90 speed, which is a little bit higher than I was expecting. 86 jumping is good with 63, 6'3" height, 88 change of direction. Could turn out to be a pretty good player. We'll see how it goes. All right, round 6, pick 15. We've got 2 picks here in the 6th round, and then 1 pick in the 7th round. Kind of throwing some darts here at this point. I do think I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. We do have one guy that I'm not really sure where they will fit in on my team, but we can definitely find a spot for them or kind of mold them into somebody who can fit into our defense. Rashad Hale here. I at least know that I'm getting good value. Now, he's not necessarily a pass rusher like we really need at outside linebacker, but he's very strong. Maybe we could develop him into a bit of a power rusher at left linebacker. He's got A tackling already. He's got B play recognition, A catching, which is kind of strange. Honestly, we might be able to develop him as a middle linebacker. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to take this guy, Rashad Hale. He's around 3 to 4 talent, we know. And we are in the 6th round, so it's good value. So Rashad Hale, welcome to the team. Normal dev, but 82 speed, 82 acceleration, 69 agility. Not the most athletic guy in the world. We'll see what the skills look like. Could be good, could be bad. Who knows? All right, round 6, pick 19. We are up. We are going to take Jonathan Callaway, who I think probably is just a really fast dude. Ran a 4.33 at the combine, 4.31 at his pro day. Has great speed, good acceleration, good agility. Has B deep route running, which is a good thing. Not great at pretty much anything else, but I think he's going to be pretty fast, which is, we need some speed. Okay, he's got 95 speed, which is actually really fast. So that's great. 90 jumping is okay. He's only 5'10". I mean, maybe we can put him out there for some deep shots. We'll see how it goes. All right, round 7, pick 18. We don't have a fullback on our roster, but we do have some I formation in our offense. Lamar Bynes out of Auburn. Look at this big chunk. 6'1", 263. A 23-year-old man. Shows decent awareness, protect the ball when gets hit. Needs to work on concentration. I don't care about any of that. Here's the deal. He's a big man. He runs a 4.85, did 29 bench press reps. That's more than some offensive linemen. Solid speed, great jumping, great change of direction, great strength, good agility, good acceleration. He's got A pass block, A run block, A trucking, B break tackle, B lead block. Those are the ones we know for sure. Welcome to the Colts, man. Normal dev, 83 strength though, 82 acceleration, 76 jumping, 75 speed. I mean, we just need him to lead block. He's there to lead block. That's all we want him for. And he is a big man. So, welcome to the squad. All right, we're getting down to the end of the draft, and I will see you at the contract signing for our rookies so we can see how we actually did this draft. All right, here we go. Time for the draft recap. Let's see how we did. We know that Tevin Harvey only has normal dev, but he is a 76 overall. That's very nice for a 22-year-old safety. He's better than Rodney Thomas already. Very good. I'll take that. We can get that first round pick back somehow next year, or Just figure something else out next year. Harold Telfer is a 73. He does have hidden dev, like we found out. Let's go ahead and look. 86 strength. Pass blocking is 76. Run block 76. Pass block power 79. Pass block finesse 80. So pretty good on those individual stats. That actual pass block stat could come up some, but he is a pass protector first and foremost. He's gonna. I'll adjust the roster in a minute and let y'all know how it looks, but he's gonna slide over to left tackle. Connor Stockton is a 72 already, which is pretty good, man. Hidden Dev probably set to become our starting center, not this upcoming season, but the season after that when Ryan Kelly's contract expires. So love to see that. We'll train him up as agile. He's already got 70 speed, which is really great. Yeah, really pleased with that. Quan Riddick is going to be a 68 overall, which is not bad at all. He is 6'3". He's 23 years old. He's got 90 speed, 58 man coverage, 74 zone coverage. I almost wonder if he would be better as a free safety. He's got 72 press, 67 catching, 66 tackle. He honestly might be better as a free safety, even though we just drafted one. Let's just take a look. How is he as a free safety? Let's look here. Like I said, I mean, his man coverage is horrible. Okay, he's a 67 as a free safety. We'll keep him at corner and we'll develop him, see what we can get out of him. It was a bit of a dart throw. Mainly, I saw that 6'3" height and I was just all over it. Rashad Hale is also a 68 overall. We knew that he was around 3 to 4 talent. Rookie. So 68 run stopper, 60 power rusher. We're going to keep him at left linebacker and develop him as a power rusher. And just see how that goes. You know, maybe he turns into somebody. Quiddy Pay is in his final year of his contract, so we're gonna either have to re-sign him or trade him or something, or just let him play it out if we think we're gonna be contenders. Jonathan Callaway, as expected, the rookie out of Charleston Southern, is just really fast and not very good at anything else. 76 catching. 77 spectacular catching. I like that mold. Like I can build up his spectacular catch to be pretty decent in a relatively short amount of time. Got 79 juke moves, so a couple of playmaker upgrades will get that juke move up. He could turn into a player, Jonathan Callaway. Keep the name on your radar. And then our boy Big Chunk Lamar Bonds, 6'1", 263, does have normal dev. I love that he rocks number 10 as a fullback. We're not going to change that. We might change some other numbers, but that's staying. 83 lead block, 71 run block, 71 impact blocking, 69 pass blocking, 83 strength, 83 trucking. Yeah, I love that. He's going to be leading for Jonathan Taylor this season. Very important role. Very important role. So, overall, pretty pleased with our draft class. Could it have gone a little bit better? Yes, but we did get 2 hidden devs on the offensive line, which is super important because you can't really develop an offensive lineman into development. Like, you can't raise their development trait because they can't have breakout scenarios due to stats, and you can't train them in training camp because there are no training camp drills, so you can't get gold medals with them to raise their dev traits. So drafting offensive linemen with good dev traits is super important. It's not always the flashiest thing, but it provides a really, really rock solid foundation. And we have some big contracts coming up soon that we're going to have to make decisions about. Braden Smith and Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly. Like those guys are the rock, the foundation of our offense. And their contracts are huge. And we're going to have to figure out what to do when they run out. So let's take a look at some of these other teams. See if we see anything that stands out real quick. Jason Little, this is the number 1 overall pick, 72 overall. Normal development. No. Washington, what are you doing? You got to scout better than that, man. They blew it. They traded me Chase Young because they had the number 1 overall pick and they were going to draft this guy. Oh. Never make the number 1 overall pick out of Kansas State, man. I mean, come on. Lennox Forbes, though. Hidden dev. Okay, see, that's salvageable. 6'4", 261, 86 speed. That's a good pick. Almost makes up for the earlier pick. Moving on. Cowboys. Quan Broyles has hidden dev. This was a guard that was projected to us, but ended up going at 32 after we went tackle. Alex Spain, one of the top 2 receivers on the board out of Wisconsin. 74 overall he ends up being, which is pretty good. He's got normal dev though, 5'9", 91 speed, 94 acceleration. Could turn into a weapon for Philadelphia for sure, even though he has that normal dev. Ooh, here's Emery Neal, the other safety out of Auburn that we considered taking. He's a 74 overall and went at 24. So we honestly could have gotten him and given up a lot less. Only 2 points difference. He is only an 89 though. 89 speed. I mean, he's got hidden dev, y'all. Let's go ahead and look. Let's go ahead and look and see. Oh no, dude. And he's got a cool black visor too. Well, just goes to show you. Here's the lesson you learn here. Top 5 talent doesn't necessarily mean they're the best pick. Just because their true talent is better doesn't necessarily mean they're a better overall pick. Emery Neal, superstar development, strong safety, drafted by the Giants. What a pick by them. The Jets only had 4 picks, but made the most of it, really. I mean, this guy doesn't look any good unless he's got a higher dev trait. No. But their other 3 picks, round 1, they get a 72 overall outside linebacker, Devin Yarbrough, a power rusher, hidden dev, maybe somebody that I should have targeted. I don't know. Pat Ross here, normal dev, but 73 overall. And then in the 3rd round, Carlos Luckett, 70 overall, normal dev, but still a pretty decent draft for them. Wow, talk about a good draft. Look at the Patriots here, turning it around. Andrew McKinney, 73 overall, pick number 16, free safety. And he's got hidden development too. So it looks like we took the worst safety in the 1st round. Actually, I take that back. He's the most pro-ready safety, which is good because we need him to start this year, but has the lowest dev trait. Emery Neal is superstar. And this guy is superstar as well. That's really disappointing. Andrew McKinney, free safety out of Washington State. So I don't even care, man. He went to Tevin Harvey's from Auburn. I'm loyal. I'm upset that we missed out on Emery Neal. He's from Auburn as well. Jalen Mitchell here in the 2nd round, a 74 overall, also hidden development for the Patriots. And then they pick up Marcus Philbin, who might be the highest rated player in the draft, 77 overall. 91 speed, hidden development. Let's look here. Let's look and see. Did they get a superstar running back as well as a superstar free safety? They did. They did. Wow. Wow, Patriots. The 10th overall pick, Josh Battles, left linebacker out of Oregon. Another player that I was really curious about picking up. He does have hidden dev. Go ahead and see what his dev trait is going to be. Superstar X Factor. An X Factor linebacker. Dude, I need somebody to teach me how to draft apparently. Wow. Great job by the Saints there. And then the Seahawks. We come to the Seahawks, who drafted the first quarterback off the board, number 3 overall, Cole Galloway. He's a 75 overall, but he does have normal development. He's a scrambler, which is interesting. 92 throw power. He's already got 87 short accuracy, so already can make some stuff happen. I think he could turn into a decent player for them. Disappointing for them that he's got normal development, though. The Steelers took Glenn Moulton, and Glenn Moulton is actually a little bit better than our tackle that we took. He's a 75. Wow. And I mean, I chose our guy, Telfer. He does only have 82 strength, so that's a little weird. But yeah, I mean, dang, I feel like I kind of missed out there. Texans, Joe Livingston was the number 2 overall pick. Only normal development here. But he looks like a good player. I wonder if they'll slide him inside to D-tackle. Like I said, I think they have Will Anderson at right end, who's already a superstar. So that was a very confusing pick for me. A whole lot of mid in their draft class. The Titans get Eli Dixon, the left tackle out of Oregon. He does have hidden development for them. Let's take a look and see what his is. It's going to be star. So, you know, let's see. Nathan Chambers, left linebacker, normal development, number 1. That's a bold number to rock at linebacker. And then the Vikings here. Let's see. Nothing good. Here's John Manley. They swung and missed. Oh no, well, hidden development. So 64 overall. So definitely a project. Maybe they need to bring old Kirky back. Very, very low. Reminds me kind of Anthony Richardson without the speed. The really high throw power with the low to mid accuracies. Decent throw on the run. You know, can be developed a little bit. So same kind of passer. I can sympathize. Let's take a look. How is John Manley? Is he really a diamond in the rough? Is he manly? He's just a star. Trevor Falk, the number 4 overall pick, also normal development. So some busts at the top of the draft here. Lucky to avoid those. Here's Tony Medina, the quarterback they took. Normal development. 79 speed. I mean, I don't see him ever challenging Justin Fields or anything. Can be a decent backup for him, I guess. Ooh, this actually, Michael Hazelwood. Normal dev, but man, 78 overall, 99 break tackle, 85 trucking, 88 speed only, but 99 break tackle. Hello? What is this, the Leonard Fournette build? Derrick Henry? Eddie Lacy? My goodness. Here's the Broncos. They took Dennis Ford, the second quarterback off the board. Round 1, pick 13. He's a 72 overall. Hidden development. Nice pick, Broncos. Nice pick. Let's take a look. Is he the quarterback of the future? Only star dev, so they're going to have to work on him a little bit, but they can get him there. Dennis Ford. Remember the name. And then Devion Money. I would honestly have drafted him in the 3rd or 4th just for the name alone. But normal dev, he's actually not very good. But what a name. What a name. They did pick up a 72 overall blocking tight end, Damian McClain out of Penn State with hidden development. Wow. What a pickup late in the draft for the Broncos. A weapon possibly for Ford. Superstar X Factor. Hello. How am I missing on these guys? Wow. These are some great picks. Some great picks. Taylor Parks for the Bucks, 74 overall, out of Miami. Stays home, only normal dev, but 91 speed, 95 acceleration, 6 foot tall, 94 spectacular catch. He could turn into somebody pretty good. And then Christian Dupree, 75 overall in the 2nd round at middle linebacker. He's got hidden development. Let's see here. What's he going to be rocking for the Buccaneers? Superstar. Wow. Nice pick, Bucks. Way to go. All right, here's Morgan Barkley, the Cardinals, with a good 1st round. So 75 overall, the number 1 cornerback in the draft, does have hidden development. He's 5'11", 204, which kind of shied me away from him. I was saying I wanted to invest in, in somebody with good height. And would you look at that? We've got a superstar X Factor cornerback here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Chris Tracy, the other 1st round pick for them, also has hidden development. A 73 overall center, which I'm not going to be, I mean, he's star. I'm not too mad about that. We picked one up in the 2nd round. Nice draft here by the Chargers. Alan Arrington has hidden development, a left tackle that they picked up early on in the draft. I want to say he was like the 6th pick, maybe. So star development for Alan Arrington. Getting ready to, 7th pick, getting ready to protect Justin Herbert. In the 2nd round, they pick up 70 overall, Alani Lennon out of Ole Miss. Also hidden development. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Star development for him. And then in the 3rd round, they pick up Braylon Tate, the running back out of Ohio State. 6'1", 222. Only normal dev, but 90 speed, 91 acceleration. 86 trucking, 80 juke, so pretty good player. Pretty good player. Let's check out this quarterback they took, Chris Buckley. He's going to have normal dev, so not really concerned about him. All right, just taking a look here. Overall, the top players in the draft. Overall, a pretty weak draft class, but that's okay. A couple of really good halfbacks here, Marcus Philbin and Michael Hazelwood with the 99 break tackle as a rookie. Just I can't believe that. What a player. And Joe Livingston, Tevin Harvey, top 5 talent, see. And then the rest of the top 5 talents are here. So I guess any of these guys would have shown up as top 5 talent A. Some 75s there. Let's just really quickly. I want to see. Are there any kind of like late round steals that I missed out on? Braylon Tate there. That's my boy Lamar Bynes. Pat Ross, 73 overall. Yeah, we talked about him a little bit. Yeah, there were some good late round picks. We talked about Damian McClain. That's a superstar X factor right there. Connor Stockton, that's our guy. All right, so overall, a pretty impressive draft. I'm feeling pretty good. I need to go in and adjust not only my roster, but uh, computer rosters to make sure that they have players in the right spot. Cool. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, one wardrobe change and deep sleep later. We have advanced to the preseason. Before we wrap up, I've got my roster set and we're going to go through it. There's still a couple of things that I want to do. Mainly, I have Samson Ebukam. I could start him as a right outside linebacker. He's not really a speed rusher, though. He's more of a power rusher. So, I really would prefer our boy Addy to be our starting right outside linebacker. But I might be able to pick up another one in a trade with Samson Ebukam. I don't really know. But we want to deal Samson Ebukam before the preseason festivities begin. And I need a backup quarterback. Sam Ellinger is my backup quarterback. I plan on putting Anthony Richardson in situations where he could get injured, even though we're going to try not to get him injured. But we need a backup quarterback. Gardner Minshew, Walt. There's not really anybody in free agency, so I might make a trade for those. All right, first things first, Ryan Tannehill, welcome to the Colts. He'll be a good backup quarterback for us. Kind of in the same mold as Anthony Richardson. He's mobile, not quite as mobile. Got a strong arm, not quite as strong of an arm. But he will slide in perfectly if we do have to deal with any injuries. We just sent a 5th-round pick for him. All right, we got Samson Ebukam over to left end because a lot of teams need that. Let's see. Sheesh, Mike Evans? I mean, I ain't paying for Mike Evans. Hollywood Brown, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to make any trades that don't make a ton of sense. This is one that intrigues me. I can get a 4th-round pick back this year. And Rashee Rice is 24 years old, 75 overall. I could use another rotational receiver and just have a handful of receivers there that are ready to break out. You know what? I'm not even going to overthink it. We're going to go ahead and accept this. Rashee Rice, welcome to the Colts. All right. Really quick before we look at the final roster heading into the preseason, let's go over a few free agent signings that we made. So we picked up an undrafted free agent quarterback, Ryan Madison. He's a strong arm, normal dev. He's got 98 throw power. Really just hoping that he can develop and take over as my backup next year. Another undrafted free agent, Alani Stamper out of Central Michigan, 5'11", 182. He's got 94 speed, 92 acceleration. Not very good at very much else, but just somebody we can bring into preseason and see how he does. We picked up Josh Tupou, who looks nothing like him in his player model, but whatever. Just as a backup nose tackle to Grover Stewart. And then just a few more undrafted rookies. We've got Ahmad Dorsey at strong safety. Probably not a candidate to make the roster, but maybe somebody who makes the practice squad. Let's see who else. Middle linebacker Evan Jackson is a field general. 85 speed, 90 acceleration, 63 zone coverage. Not bad. Just something we can maybe work with. Maybe he can make the practice squad. Alan Prater, 23-year-old rookie out of South Florida. Really just a depth pickup. I don't really have a whole lot of hope for him. And then at defensive end, we picked up R.J. Griggs out of BYU, a 21-year-old, just a depth guy, training camp guy. Same for Nicholas Whitaker, a rookie out of Notre Dame, 22 years old at right end. All right, here's how the team is looking. My favorite thing and the thing that stands out the most to me is that all of our starting offensive line has star or better development. We love to see that. Jelani Woods stepping in for a 2nd straight season as our starting tight end. This is really his chance to break out, or else we might look for an upgrade at tight end next year. Our receiving core got an upgrade. Let me hide my face real quick. So Michael Pittman Jr., Gabe Davis, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Rashee Rice, and Jonathan Callaway. And then obviously we moved Laviska Shenault over to running back. On defense, we are definitely looking different. We've got Grover Stewart as our nose tackle. We've got DeForest Buckner and Chase Young as our defensive ends in our new 3-4 defense. Playing middle linebacker will be Shaq Leonard and Zaire Franklin, with Addy and Kwity Paye as our pass rushing outside linebackers. Rookie Tevin Harvey at free safety, along with Nick Cross at strong safety. And then our outside cornerbacks will remain the same: Julius Brents and Jalen Jones, with Kenny Moore as our slot corner. And that's how we're looking. As far as specialists go in the nickel and dime, Kenny Moore is the slot. We'll have Kwity Paye and Addy as our pass rushers. DeForest Buckner and Chase Young on the inside. We will have, actually, I'm going to make a change here. We're going to change up our scheme a little bit. We are going to run a big slot. So what we're going to do is put Michael Pittman in here. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again. So our third down running back will be Laviska Shenault, power halfback Jonathan Taylor. We'll have DeForest Buckner and Chase Young on the inside in pass rushing situations. Addy and Kwity Paye as our pass rushers. And then we've got Kenny Moore and Casey Hayward as our slot corners. Our slot receiver this year is going to be Michael Pittman, which is a change from last year. He played on the outside. We're going to give him more of a Cooper Kupp-ish role, being that big slot receiver who gets a lot of catches and targets. Hopefully it helps utilize him to the best of his ability. And then Rashee Rice and Alec Pierce are going to be backing him up in those roles. That's going to wrap it up for our first off-season video. I think it was a very successful off-season. We made a couple nice trades, picked up Chase Young, solidified our offensive line for the future with a couple of great offensive line picks. We picked up a solid starting free safety in the first round. Only normal dev, but we can work on that. So we're going to hop into training camp next time. We're going to knock out the preseason next time, cut down our roster. So make sure you like and subscribe. Season 2 starts soon. I really appreciate all the support. As always, I will see you next time. Peace.